Hi, this is Kahn from Kahn Interactive Group, back again this week to offer you some unscripted tips and tricks to help you with your online marketing, especially your pay-per-click campaigns. This week I'd like to talk about your keyword list and creating a creative keyword list. What I see most of the times for law firms, especially with some of the providers that are hooking law firms up to software programs that supposedly automatically bid for them, where you log in, you got some minor reports there that you can see, and nobody's really actively managing them. They're hooked up to some kind of software that once you plug in the ads and the keywords, it does all the bidding for you. A lot of those providers, I've seen the keyword lists, and they're very common keywords. I guess the keywords that the most of the people would think of, but those are also some of the most competitive keywords. So for example, in the area of law that we do, you may have lemon law attorney, Cleveland, Ohio, or you might have personal injury attorney, Cleveland, Ohio. You'll see a lot of variations of those keywords, put all the different cities, some variations of the word lawyer, law firm, attorney, and then the different practice areas, the common phrases that you might use to find that practice area, DUI, workers' comp, personal injury, medical malpractice. Those are the common keywords that you see, and the lists are very uncreative. I know that's not a word, but and what you find is that everybody knows those keywords, and everybody's competing for those keywords. So you're going to be paying top dollar to get a click there. So what I'd like to talk about today is how you think creatively about your keyword list to expand it to include keywords that maybe your competitors are not bidding on, where you can pick up some traffic at a lower cost, where you have less competition, and where you might be able to. Those are called long tail keywords, by the way. So let me give you some examples in the fields that we've worked in the law firm side of my business. In the lemon law field. So your typical keyword might be Ohio lemon law or lemon law. But people have car problems. So we think creatively about this and come up with things like, well, car problem is one, but you might have someone typing in Ford problem, Ford transmission problem. You might have Ford recall. You might have keywords such as that. So those are alternatives to your typical lemon law keyword, where they're starting out maybe searching for answers to the problem that they're having, and then maybe they realize that a lawyer can help them with this, but they don't initially type in the word Ohio lemon law. Another example in our unfair debt collection practice area. So typically you might type in FDCPA attorney, Fair Debt Collection Practices attorney, maybe even debt collection harassment and debt collection harassment attorney, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio. Very obvious. But what about if you think creatively about people that are in debt and what they might be searching for, where you could steal traffic, basically redirect their attention from one thing to maybe hiring you, or at least clicking on your ad to find out more about what you do. So let's say people are typing in bankruptcy, and the reason they're typing in bankruptcy is because they're being harassed by debt collectors. And your ad says something like, harassed by debt collectors, alternative to bankruptcy, click here. So that's a creative keyword where you might not think to have your ad, but you could be using that. You could do the same thing in debt settlement, debt consolidation, things like that, where people are having one problem and they might be having two problems at the same time, and you're the solution to one of their problems that they don't even realize. The other thing might be debt. You have debt collection harassment. You've got your lemon law. I was thinking of the other place this occurs quite frequently is in the display network. So the search network is where people are typing in your keywords, and they go into Google directly, and they're looking for something, and they're finding results that they can click on. They got the links right down the page here, your ads at the top, and your ads down the right-hand side. The other part of Google that's not being used by as many lawyers that could be, and it's certainly not being used by the companies that have a lot of them that have just the software programs hooked up, is the display network. And the display network is where people are reading about these issues. They may be reading an article, or they're on some other type of website, an informational website or a blog, and that article or that blog or that information site is also showing ads. Maybe the top, maybe the side, maybe in the middle of the text as you're reading the article, at the bottom. Those are the display network ads, and those ads, again, can redirect the attention of somebody who is reading about a topic and doesn't realize that there's other people out there that can help them in ways they might not have thought of. So they might be reading about how to stop debt collection calls, and then an ad would show up there saying that we can help them with that. They go to click on it to find out more information, and they've just been redirected. The other idea is, and this may or may not work in your practice area, I don't know, but in our debt collection practice area, we also, in our keyword list, we have the names of companies. So people might be searching for a government agency or some other business related to what you do. In our case, they may be looking up the word collector XYZ, and they're typing that in. I don't know what they're looking for, maybe just their phone number or to find out more about them. And our ad is appearing on the right and saying, stop that company from doing this, or don't pay that company before you talk to us. Without saying anything disparaging about them, Google will allow you to put ads in for the names of other companies. I think if they're not trademarked and if you're not saying something bad about the company, you can do that. And again, that's kind of a secret way to ethically steal traffic online from an area where you might not normally have your ad showing. So you need to sit down maybe with your team and think about these keywords creatively and come up with what other keywords you could be putting in. My guess is that your keyword list needs to be looked at, and you need to find out if the person managing your keyword list has already done this, and if not, then you should talk to somebody about having it done for you or perhaps doing it yourself. Let's see here. Obviously as well, when you do this, you're going to come up with a very large keyword list, and your ad groups are going to multiply. So if you're managing your account in-house, it's probably going to require a lot more time to manage. So again, if you're doing that and you come up with a strategy and you want someone to help you manage that larger keyword list, feel free to give us a call for a free consultation. At the end of this video, at the bottom of this video is a link to my website, and at the end of this video you'll see my contact information. Just an update, if you've been following me these weeks, you know that I broke my arm. It's been 8 weeks since I broke it, and I'm feeling much better. Not nearly as much pain. I'm actually using the arm to do different things. I'm hoping to get this sling taken off here in the next couple of weeks, so I'll keep you posted. Hopefully about 4 weeks to go till I can really use my arm. I also talk every week about my favorite team, and that's the Browns. And last week I told you we were going to play Indy, and I was hoping at the time that we could get a win. I wasn't sure what would happen after we failed to win in week 1. We did get that win, and there were a lot of bright spots, and I'm real excited about it. It looks like, I gotta say, that our general manager and or president has made some good draft picks, better than we've had here in many, many years. Guys like Joe Hayden and on our defensive line, the 2 draft picks look real good. So he's made a lot of good choices, and it looks like the back of our defense is a lot stronger than I thought. Even our third cornerback that he's picked up, Patterson, is doing a nice job. And Usama Young, the safety. So I'm real excited about that. And the offense looks like it might be able to move the ball this year, which is unusual for us. So if, barring injury, we can put up points. I always say, and I think this is an old saying from an old coach whose name I forget, but if this team can score in the 20s, they're going to win a lot more games. You just can't win in the NFL scoring in the teens. Not everybody has the old steel curtain defense or the Ravens defense from a few years ago. You just got to score in the 20s. So we got Miami coming in this week, and it's dangerous because even though they look bad, 0-2 coming to Cleveland, we've never been strong at home, and it looks like a game that everyone's going to pick us to win it, but we might not win this one. So that's going to be hard to stomach if we don't. Good teams should win this game, and it'll tell a lot about whether we're going to be a good team. Not great, but a good team. How we handle Miami coming in this week 0-2 with us coming home off a win. So that's it for this week, and I'll see you next week after hopefully a Browns victory, and I'll bring you some more key information as to how to improve your lawyer marketing. So good luck with your advertising. I'll talk to you later.